You're just minding your own business. Grabbing a quick coffee at the local supermarket on a sunny afternoon. When suddenly, out of nowhere, a total stranger explodes in rage and comes at you like a freight train. That's exactly what happened to Emily Thompson that fateful day at Fresh Mart in suburban Ohio. No warning. No reason, just pure, unfiltered fury from a woman who'd later be dubbed the ultimate Karen by viral videos online. Emily sighed deeply as she pushed her cart down the coffee aisle. The aroma of fresh ground beans filling the air. A small comfort amid her hectic week. She'd just picked up a bag of her favorite dark roast when she felt a sharp tap on her shoulder. Turning around, she locked eyes with Susan Hargrove, a sharp-featured woman in her 50s. Her face twisted into a scowl that could curdle milk. "Excuse me? Did you just cut in front of me?" Susan barked, her voice echoing like a thunderclap through the quiet store. Emily blinked, confused. "I'm sorry. I didn't see anyone behind me." But Susan wasn't having it. Her chest heaved with each breath, the air thick with tension, like the static before a storm. Oh, how the little things can ignite a wildfire. Susan's eyes narrowed, her fists clenching at her sides. "You millennials think you own the world, don't you? Always on your phones, ignoring everyone else." She gestured wildly at Emily's phone in her pocket, as if it were a weapon. The confrontation escalated faster than Emily could process. Shoppers nearby paused, their carts squeaking to a halt. Whispers rippling through the crowd like wind through leaves. Emily felt her heart pound, a mix of fear and frustration bubbling up. "Ma'am, I really didn't mean to, let's just move on." "Okay." But Susan stepped closer, her breath hot and sour, invading Emily's space. The scent of cheap perfume mixed with the store's fluorescent hum, creating a nauseating haze. "Why should I? People like you need to learn respect." Susan snarled, her voice cracking with emotion. She grabbed Emily's arm, yanking it hard enough to spill the coffee bag onto the floor with a soft thud. Beans scattered everywhere, crunching underfoot like broken glass. Emily yelped in pain, pulling back. "Hey! Let go of me!" The pain shot through her wrist, sharp and unexpected, making her gasp. Witnesses started murmuring louder now. An elderly man nearby, Mr. Jenkins, who'd been browsing tea, shook his head with a heavy sigh. "Good Lord. What's gotten into her?" he muttered, his voice trembling slightly. A young mother with a toddler in her cart covered the child's ears, her eyes wide with shock. The air felt heavier, charged with anticipation. What would happen next? Susan, fueled by some invisible rage, didn't stop. She shoved Emily against the shelf, cans of soup clattering down in a metallic symphony. "You think you're so special? I'll show you." Her words dripped with venom, each one landing like a slap. Emily stumbled, her back hitting the cold metal rack, a jolt of adrenaline surging through her veins. Tears welled up, not from pain, but from the sheer absurdity. Why me? What did I ever do to deserve this? But here's where the twist kicks in, unbeknownst to Susan. The store's security cameras were rolling, capturing every wild gesture, every shouted insult. And oh, the irony. Susan had a history. Whispers from previous incidents at other stores. But this time, karma was lurking just around the corner, ready to strike with full force. As Emily regained her footing, she raised her hands defensively. "Please. Stop. This is crazy." The words tumbled out, laced with desperation. Susan laughed bitterly, a harsh, grating sound that echoed off the high ceilings. "Crazy? You're the one who started it." She lunged again, this time swinging her purse like a makeshift weapon. The zipper caught Emily's cheek, drawing a thin line of blood that stung like fire. The chaos drew more attention. Store manager Tom Rivera, a burly guy with a no-nonsense mustache, came rushing from the back office, his footsteps pounding on the linoleum floor. "Hey! Break it up," he yelled, his voice booming like a referee's whistle. But Susan turned on him too, pointing a finger accusingly. "This girl assaulted me first. Call the cops on her." Emily wiped the blood from her cheek, her hand shaking. The metallic taste filled her mouth as she bit her lip to hold back sobs. How had a simple shopping trip turned into this nightmare? The smell of spilled coffee mingled with the faint metallic tang of blood, grounding her in the surreal moment. Tom hesitated, glancing at the growing crowd. Phones were out now, recording the spectacle, flashes of light and beeps adding to the auditory assault. "Ma'am, I saw what happened. You need to calm down." But Susan doubled down, her face flushing redder than a tomato. "Calm down. She's the problem. Entitled brats like her ruin everything." In that heated exchange, the mouth-worn chin burst wide open, Susan's unfounded aggression versus Emily's innocent bewilderment. It wasn't just about a perceived line cut, it was a clash of worlds. A venting of pent-up frustrations from Susan's life, maybe a bad day. Maybe deeper issues, but directed at the wrong person. The air crackled with tension, breaths held collectively. Suddenly, a security guard, Jamal, appeared from the entrance, his radio crackling with static. "Police are on their way," he announced firmly, stepping between the women. Susan's eyes widened, a flicker of realization dawning. But too late. She huffed, crossing her arms. "Good. They'll see who's right." Emily leaned against the shelf, her body trembling from the adrenaline crash. A kind stranger, a woman in yoga pants, offered her a tissue with a sympathetic smile. "You okay, hon? That was insane." Emily nodded weakly, the gesture warming her amid the cold shock. Minutes felt like hours as sirens wailed in the distance, growing louder, piercing the store's muzak. Blue and red lights flashed through the windows, casting eerie shadows on the aisles. 2 officers entered, badges gleaming under the lights, Officer Ramirez, a stern Latina woman, and Officer Patel, a calm veteran. "What seems to be the problem here?" Officer Ramirez asked, her tone authoritative yet composed. Tom quickly explained, pointing to the cameras. "We've got it all on tape. This lady attacked the customer unprovoked." Susan interrupted, her voice shrill. "Lies. She provoked me." But as the officers reviewed the footage on a handheld device, their expressions hardened. Officer Patel sighed, shaking his head. "Ma'am, the video doesn't lie. You're under arrest for assault." The handcuffs clicked shut around Susan's wrists with a final metallic snap, music to Emily's ears. If she was honest. Susan's face crumpled, from rage to disbelief. "You can't do this. I have rights," she wailed, struggling futilely as they led her away. The crowd erupted in murmurs, some cheering quietly. Justice. Swift and unyielding. But wait. The story doesn't end there. As Susan was escorted out, Emily learned more about her assailant from hushed conversations. Turns out, Susan wasn't new to this, she'd been banned from 2 other stores for similar outbursts. Neighbors later shared online that she'd ranted about disrespectful youth on social media, her posts filled with bitter complaints. Karma. Oh, sweet karma. Had been building up. In the aftermath, Emily pressed charges, her voice steady despite the emotional whirlwind. The trial was a spectacle, witness testimonies painting Susan as a habitual offender, her defenses crumbling under evidence. Why did you attack her? The judge asked sternly. Susan stammered, tears streaming. I don't know. I just snapped. The courtroom gasped as the verdict came, guilty of assault, with community service and anger management mandated. But the real twist? Susan's employer, upon seeing the viral video, fired her on the spot. Her so-called friends distanced themselves, leaving her isolated. The bitterness she sowed came back tenfold, a harsh, deserved reckoning. Emily, though scarred, found strength in the ordeal. She started a blog about kindness in everyday encounters, turning pain into purpose. What if we all paused before reacting, she wrote. Her words inspiring thousands. The scent of fresh coffee now reminded her not of trauma, but of resilience. And Susan? Last heard, she was reflecting in solitude, sighing over what-ifs. Life's lessons hit hard, don't they? In the end, this tale screams one truth: actions have consequences. And true justice prevails when empathy wins over entitlement. Let this be a wake-up call. Next time anger bubbles, breathe. Count to 10. Because karma, it's always watching, ready to deliver that poetic justice.